Hello, hello. We are live and we are going to be playing some Pokemon Violet because the capture card has arrived, so we can now play Switch games and all sorts of other stuff. And I'm also going to be doing the beliefs board, so I put some of my beliefs on there. And if anybody wants to challenge or discuss any of them, then we can do that too. So, let's go. I'm basically just in the middle of playing through the campaign on Pokemon Violet. I've got a few hours in. Let me remember the controls. This is my current squad. I chose Quaxley for the starter. Normally I always used to choose Fire type for those, but I don't know. I thought he was pretty cool. So this is the squad that I'm working with at the moment. I've got a reasonably good mix of Pokemon. Let's go grab some of this stuff first of all, because I see there's a bunch of items over here. Ultra Ball, sweet. I think I saw, was there like a Growlithe or something? I'm not sure. Thought I saw something that I didn't already have. Thought I saw something. Maybe I'm wrong. Look at you, we've already got one of those. It's a Formo for me. Yeah, I think I've got all of these guys. Okay, let's take a look at the map and find somewhere to go. That sounds like it may be a bit difficult. First stop for many fledgling trainers. Okay, that sounds about right. So let's go that way. Maybe we stop off at this Pokemon Center on the way. Okay. But yeah, I just got this dash ability thing. Ooh. What level are these guys? 12. My guys? Wrong button. Uh, 21 and 24. Okay, so I should be able to let Quaxwell go take care of them. Ah, one of them got me. Okay, Aquacutter. Is this going to be a trainer? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Do that quick after that. Yeah. Easy. Let's not switch. Yeah, I think there is a Growlithe. There we go. I'm just trying to remember all the controls I haven't played in a while. Level 17. Maybe we try just throwing a Pokeball. I don't feel great about my chances, but let's give it a go. Yeah, no. Should be pretty weak. Fine. Okay, let's try another ball. Yeah, that's what we like to see. No fall damage, gotta love it. Okay, so let's hit the Pokemon Center. Ooh, hang on, there's something up on that roof. Can I get up there? I guess not. Maybe I need like a flying thing first. Okay, well, let's go check out this gym leader then. Namono. Look, let's just battle, alright? Yeah, my Pokemon have got stronger. You want to battle, let's just battle. Alright. Okay, where is the Sunflora Lawn? Okay, Sunflora Lawn. I guess that's over here. Talk to the lady on the sunflower lawn. Must be here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, I have to gather 10. What does that mean? How do I do that? Okay, are they like hiding from me? I don't get it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I just have to find them, press the button, and then they come. Alright. Let's hide and seek then. God indeed does not exist. What kind of sick god would create humans who live in a godless universe? Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. There's, it's not all terrible, right? There's some pretty good stuff going on as well. Anyway, the beliefs board is less fun if you agree with me. No, I don't want to leave the tower. I get to carry on? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm misunderstanding the point of this Sunflora game. Like, what is the area that I'm allowed to stay into? Okay. Here's one. Alright, we're back on track. I've got 5. Okay, these big ones don't count. This is just like a statue that somebody made. The game gets angry if I try and leave that way. Like, does that one count? Can I go up there? There. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, this one apparently wants to be bought. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable, so there could be no guard to the bored narcissistic alien from a hyper-advanced civilization. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's reasonable. I never really thought about that saying from that angle before. Like, I always thought about it more in terms of human-created technologies and how they relate to superstition, but I never thought about it from the angle of maybe it's a non-human technology that's emulating the magic. I like that. Nice alternative explanation. Okay, 7 out of 10 Sunflora. I feel like the fact that the game has kind of garbage graphics and really bad render distances and stuff does not help with this challenge. Okay, 8. I mean, surely there are going to be some more inside this maze. Like, why even put a maze here if you're not going to find more of them in here? Okay, one more. In the middle of the maze? Space is fucking huge, kind of self-absorbed to leave ourselves alone. Yeah, totally agree with you there. But there are other theories like the Great Filter and all those kind of interesting things. I mean, I won't claim to be an expert, but there's also some interesting stuff about, like, maybe there have been other intelligent civilizations, but there aren't any more. Or like the time, because the universe is not only massive, but also really, really old. Like, you could have multiple intelligent races existing, but none of them overlapping in time, which I have no idea how likely that is to be true, but it's pretty funky to think about. Okay, I'm guessing I have to go back to where I started and find that woman to hand in the flowers. Yeah. Okay, back to the gym. Now we find out if we're actually strong enough to beat this guy. I think so. Like, the description on the map was like a common stop for first-time trainers, and I already went off in a different direction and gained a bunch of levels, so I'm guessing it shouldn't be too hard. Ah, yeah. As for all beliefs are valid, I won't agree with you, but racism exists and people believe that. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This weird meta belief. I think the meaning of valid is kind of important here. Because you could make an argument that the belief itself is inherently just as valid as any other one, right? Like, you can believe whatever you want to believe. The problems come in when beliefs start impacting reality. Like, you can believe that it's okay to go around murdering people or whatever. Like, my point is about separating the belief from the real world effects of that belief. So you can argue that any given belief is not inherently less valid, But the problem is when beliefs influence actions, and especially actions that interact with other people, let's say. But like, say you lived in a society where everybody believed that, well, you know, let's say like murder was just an accepted thing, a risk of going outside. You can argue that that reality is worse in some way than the one that we live in, where we have generally agreed that murder's not okay, and obviously there are maybe people who disagree, but we have enforcement mechanisms and police and whatever. But the fact that we've agreed as a species, as a society, to live by those rules, does that mean that that belief is inherently more correct or more valuable? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I kind of think there is some inherent beliefness to the belief which only gains correctness through the rules that we decide as a society. Does that make sense? But also, I'm willing to be challenged. Feel free to disagree with me. That's the point of the board. Okay. Level 16. Okay, so this should be easy, right? I'm gonna keep this one. People can believe stuff like a good, evil, or neutral, but I don't really like the idea of people taking that belief, manipulating actions that others, since morality is respected. Yeah, totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. But I find it interesting to think about beliefs in an abstract sense. In addition to, I mean, you can't really only think about anything in a purely abstract sense. But I find it interesting to try and separate the beliefs from the actions and try and understand what parts of it are inherent and what parts of it are dependent on other aspects of reality, like the way we treat each other and the actions we take as humans. But yeah, 100% agree that beliefs cause actions almost always, so you can't really separate them. But interesting to think about, I think. Oh, he's terrestrializing the Sudowoodo. Okay. I mean, I don't think that's going to save it from getting incinerated, but you can try. The extra interesting thing is in online games, I am cheater, but I understand it falls under evil. What counts as cheating and why? In online games, I am cheater. What kind of cheating are you doing? Does it matter? Is all cheating evil? Or evil is a strong word. What kind of games do you play and what kind of cheating do you do? Oh, I guess that terrestrializing did help. What's strong against this guy? Maybe this? Ah! Okay, I think I chose poorly with this Pokemon. Oh, okay. That was a bad move. I should have got this one. Okay, let's try this. It's kind of a cognitive dissonance thing as well, right? Like, you can hold certain beliefs and still act in a way that's contrary to them. I use many cheat types and I have a hyper-strict definition of cheating. I even consider glitch abuse, RNG minutes, and being given, say, a free score from a hacker and SV cheating. Okay. So definition of cheating is super strict, but... And do you, like, struggle with justifying your own cheating to yourself? How do you explain it away? Like, it's wrong, but I do it, and that's fine? Or do you, like, have some justification for why it's okay for you to do it, but not okay for other people to do it? What's the psychological structure around it? Okay. Cool. Gym defeated. If you possess 2 gym badges, it'll be easier to catch Pokemon of up to level 30. Sweet! Those Pokemon should follow your commands as well. Trailblaze, okay. I haven't really been messing around with any of the TMs that I've been given. Maybe at some point I'll like go back and look through them all and figure out what I can actually make use of. Ooh, Elite Four! Fun. So I haven't played a Pokemon game since, like a mainline Pokemon game since like Gold version, I think. I just enjoy chaos. I understand I'm evil by my own definition. I don't condemn others for doing the same. That's hypocritical. Okay, yeah, fine. You know, I kind of respect that. Like, it's easy to judge, but I also think it's possible to be too rigid. And like, humans are not necessarily rational creatures. Like, saying, oh, you believe this thing, but you act in that other way, is kind of misunderstanding the fact that we're just animals that do weird stuff. So fair play to you. Oh, did not intend that fun. I guess unfair play to you. And if you get away with it, then go for it. But, you know, you risk being judged or banned or whatever. I guess you just accept that risk. Okay, why am I collecting gym badges? Yeah, I want to get stronger. All paths lead to the Great Crater. Why is the train moving? The regret of defeat. Language class is available and art class is available. Yeah, I haven't really messed around with the classes at the school either. I don't really understand what that is or how it works. I mean, maybe we try one. Like, I think I can go to the school. Easily. Okay, I can do this, right? Yeah. I'm just self-aware evil, no justification. I'm just doing what I want and being honest about it. I'm only going to be alive once, so I don't believe in wasting time on justification or lying to conceal your intent. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Self-aware evil. I kind of like that phrase. And have you always thought that way, or is it like a philosophy that you've developed? Let's try this art class. Like, what is an art class even going to be? Do I have to do art? Am I going to learn about Pokemon art? Also, like, did the Elite Four have other jobs in the other Pokemon games? Like, did you have... I can't remember what they were called back in the day. Lieutenant Surge? Maybe he wasn't Elite Four. He was just a gym leader, right? But, like, were they off teaching art to kids when they weren't fighting other trainers in their Elite Four place? What is beauty? The eye of the beholder. Look, it's getting philosophical. This is the kind of stuff we like. Chilling bite of the waters. Okay, mindfulness. Okay, it's like a little mindfulness lesson inside the game. That's cool. One doesn't need art to survive, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. Fine. Okay, so they're just like little, I assume some of them teach you stuff about how to play the game, but some of them are also just like little life lessons. It's cool. Okay, where next? I guess maybe we do the next star team thing. Here we go. It's one I developed over time. I genuinely don't like humanity, and that in combination with already having been an outcast all my life before believing that I'm trying really cheating offline and being cast out whether I cheat or not, have you realized? Shouldn't care anymore, fuck these guys, basically. Yeah? Okay. It sounds like it's a potentially painful philosophy. Like, born out of pain, but also can cause pain. To you, I mean. Possibly to others as well. Genuinely don't like humanity. And that's pretty intense. Like, I get not liking individual humans, and even like believing that humanity is uh, a net negative or a neutral or valueless thing. Not that I necessarily believe that, but actively not liking humanity as a whole, that's pretty intense. But I get it if you feel like having been an outcast all my life, yeah, like if you don't feel like you're part of the system, then why would you bother to live by its rules, right? May as well just do your own thing. But it sounds difficult. Like one of those personal positions that sometimes makes perfect sense and sometimes is like troublesome or makes you want to try and do something different. I might be very wrong. I don't want to assume anything about you. Team Stars Dark. Trying to understand what these numbers are about and like how do I find like the next star team? Or is this just the ones that I did? Yeah, okay, this is just the ones that I already did. So what's this one? Given that it's like in the region of stuff that I've done. L4 Murder Gym. Real force even among gym leaders. Okay, that sounds like. I hate of people who act elitist to tell people to toast a bathtub. No bitches, etc. over a video game. Hate their guts and their rage sustains me. Wow. I don't know if I get exactly what you mean by that. Yeah, I don't think I get what kind of people you're talking about. Can you explain a bit more? I don't know what you mean. Okay, fire crew. Do we think this is going to be people who literally get mad they lost and bring you a lot of... Oh, okay. Like... Okay, I understand. So, like, people that you play against on online games who can't deal with their emotions and decide to just throw a lot of bad vibes outwards and... Yeah, no, I get that. I don't know if you can take that stuff personally. I mean, I know it's hard not to. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, like, I'm very much pro compassion, right? Like, I think that's their problem if they can't deal. And if they start saying stupid stuff, then well, it's kind of up to you whether you let that affect you or not. That's easier said than done, I know, but okay. I mean, where was that? There was this fire crew, and that's near where I just was. So I feel like maybe that's a good place to go. I can't call a flight. Oh, because I'm in the school. No. What is on over here? Ah, no, I want the healing. Literally the only hacks I won't do in gaming is permanent console damage or anything physically harmful like doxing. Everything else is fair game. Okay, so like whatever it takes to win the game, but you're not actually out to harm people. Because yeah, doxing, I agree, is super messed up. Is there like a road that I'm supposed to be following? Ooh. Ooh, level 22, okay. I'll win at any cost with an asterisk that won't physically hurt them or destroy their console. Okay. So at any cost, what's the most extreme measures that you've taken so far? Oh, that was a mistake. I don't think. Bulldoze is ground type, right? Yeah. So we want electric. Yikes. Okay, let's do one more Thunder Shock, and then... yeah, let me just catch. I know, I fell for the taunt. Oh, I get it. It's Walkabilly, like Rockabilly, because he's got the haircut. That's cool. Oh, this guy. Oh, like a flamenco bird. Or a Corio. Okay. Oh, well, I was gonna try and catch him, but never mind. Guess I better heal. Yeah, this is the thing with these. Oh, here's another one. Maybe I can catch that one. Am I really going to use a Great Ball on this random bird? Or do I just hit him once more? I'll hit him once more and try and get him in red. Yeah. So far the most extreme are in COD Black Ops 2, on Steam using aimbot and wall hacks, holding fire and swinging my mouse wildly. And in Pokemon bringing mythicals into link battles before home compatibility when unattainable. Putting transfer up moves on non-transfer up mons while both bring them into ranked and surprise trading. Okay. I won't pretend to know what all of that Pokemon stuff means. But I get the idea. Is it really worth the amount of energy that this is taking to catch this one Pokemon? Come on! Yes! Let's have a look. Reckless Over, okay. Synthesis, HC Razor Leaf. No, I'm not going to bother learning that. Okay. Heal, and then we go to the fire team place. No. Oh, why are they so close together? Sometimes there's something satisfying about just like testing the limits of the system as well, right? That's also like a human nature thing. Especially as we're growing up. Like, you just want to know what the limits are. The only way to find that is to push against them and see what happens. I mean, you can get in trouble that way, but still, it's human nature. Okay, I guess I'm going down here. Gotta love no fall damage. Oh, right. This is the guy that's like the professor pretending not to be the professor. Ah, here we go. Every gen Pokemon gets nerfs and buffs, and both lose and gain moves. So I'm putting moves they used to get. Ah, okay. Bring them into ranked when normally that move can't be used in them in ranked. Okay, I get it. And they don't have measures to stop you from doing that? A worrying number of students to drop out of school. Yeah, so highly unfair. Yeah. Yeah, do they not have like anti-cheat measures or whatever? Like, you'd think that would be pretty easy to detect, right? Like, if they've case by case basis, some get through, others don't. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You would think they could just like blanket block. I mean, I'm sure it's more complicated than I think it is. But you would think they can just maintain some kind of list of what moves are allowed and what ones aren't, and if you contravene that, then, you know, insta ban or whatever. But it's probably more complicated than that. This school is really putting up with a lot from Team Star. Ah, okay, fine. A direct order to disband. Expel all students affiliated. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable approach. There's been no response. The deadline is upon us. Okay, it hasn't passed yet. Great conversation options. Extreme caution. What's super funny is I'm uncaught hacking on consoles for 4 years. These things are often a matter of time. A matter of time, and also a matter of getting more and more bold with the type of hacks that you try and get away with until you cross the line and get shut down. But 4 years is a long time. Maybe these anti-cheat technologies are just Not good enough. Or maybe they're just waiting to do some kind of like extreme ban. Like, you know, you hear about companies that sort of let cheating go on, but they build up their databases of who the cheaters are, and then they just do like blanket culling at one point. But I think 4 years is probably pretty long. Maybe it's not one of those. I have to come at you in self-defense. These guys are pretty rude. I'm not turning back. Time for me to self-defense. It's alright, yeah. Okay, that's actually quite funny. Like, I have found the story and dialogue in this game to be pretty bad so far, but self-defense that's not out of you is pretty good. Okay. Ooh, okay, I think I'm gonna lose this. If he's... How many guys has he got? Am I level 25? I don't get more bold, that's the thing. I play it safe and learn from others being banned because I'm friends with tons of cheaters. Okay. So you're just trying to be like the last man standing. Let other people try stuff, see what's safe, and stay within the boundaries. I guess that's smart if you're gonna be a cheater. I'm really pretty sure that I'm gonna lose this. He's what, dark type? What's... what can I use that is good against this? Like this guy. I don't remember all of my type interactions. I should probably like print out the chart and just have it on the desk in front of me. Ah, that was good. There was a time when... Oh, it was just one guy. Okay, fine. There was a time when I knew all the types, but like I said, that was like gold version, so... Did dark exist back then? Steel and dark, when were they introduced? Was it in silver and gold, or was it later? Yeah, I think they existed in gold and silver, right? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm that kid. Charlos. I like that. Okay, off you go. Yeah, okay, take down all the grunts. Ring the bell. I guess, do we go back to the Pokemon Center? Or do we just go for it? One Pokemon down. Alright, why won't we just... Can we go to this other one, or is it blocked? I think it's blocked. Yeah, can't go to that one. Can go to that one, I guess? Alright, let's go back to that one. How many trainers do I have to beat in this area? Five. I guess we should probably put this guy up top if it's going to be like fire situation. Wow. Oh, Tauros. Okay, no, let's go do this. See, I kind of want to catch all these guys, but then I'm also like, I should just go and do the objective. Alright, we'll fight this one. Like, while I'm playing the game, I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to complete the Pokédex. But I know that once I complete the main storyline, I'm probably going to get bored and move on to something else. Let's just try one more. Need to buy some more Pokeballs as well. Alright, I'll try one more. Oh yeah, of course. It's a double kick. 2 kicks. I saw it hit and I was like, oh, that's fine, I survived that. Oh, come on. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's try again. Okay. I think time to use a more powerful ball, because this guy does not want to be captured. Okay. Moves that will be replaced with Spark. Attacks a target with electric charge tackle may also paralysis, power 65. Oh, okay, so I guess I should replace Thundershock. 65 versus 40. Less PP, but... Oh, except... No, it's a more powerful Nuzzle. Okay, so let's do that. Combat breed. Thick, powerful muscles and fierce disposition. Okay. Is this like an evolved Lechonk? Okay, well, I don't have one, but at least it's like in my Pokédex, so I don't need to worry. Like, I assume it knows that I've seen it in this area, so if I ever want to come find one, I can look in the Pokédex and see the locations. Okay, now I'm actually going to go do the thing. Oh, except that guy's cool. Is that like an unevolved Miraidon? Okay. Oh, okay, I really was not planning to fight this thing. Okay, let's just run. Please? Nope. Now I'm just gonna have to end up going back to the Pokemon Center again. Try once more. Okay, good. Rain Dance. 5 turns, okay. Alright, can't be bothered to heal. I'm probably gonna regret this, but I'm just gonna go there. And I'm gonna end up losing by like 5 HP, and I'm gonna wish that I went to the Poké Center. I forgot to buy Pokeballs as well. Sweet. Okay, Lava Plume. So, everything around 80 and 100. So it's like more powerful Incinerate. Fine. Okay, let's just use a potion. How do I auto heal? This. Okay. Save. And ring the bell. Oh, it's the first 3. I forgot about that. Dang it. Because I've got Numel in my first 3, haven't I? Who's going to be useless for this, I assume. Then again, that other guy had Houndour, which is beat 30 Pokemon in 10 minutes. Well, let's try, and we can always try again if it doesn't work. Come on. Okay, 12. Okay, this is going fine. I think I was worried for nothing. Or didn't need to be as worried as I was. No, go that way, buddy. Okay, fine. Okay, this is looking good. Should I, like, use the vending machine before I do the 30th one? To heal up? Or do I automatically heal? I don't know. I'll do it just in case. That seems like the smart thing to do. Okay. Okay, this guy also has a ridiculous car. Do they all have ridiculous cars? The car was like dark type and something else before. I had to go find special Pokemon to be able to beat it. The sunlight turned harsh. This doesn't mean. Okay. I don't know. Let's try this. Super effective, that's good. Shouldn't be too bad. Should I be, like, terastallizing right now? Yeah, let's do it. I feel, given the terastallizing, I should probably take a turn to heal. 60, 20. Let's do that. I mean, the music's pretty funky. Like, yes, he's going to do one more flame wheel, but I don't really want to risk losing my terastallized Quaxwell. So let's go with this. Maybe that wasn't worth it. I think I'm going to lose him anyway, unless I spend one out of every 2 turns. Wait. What's the Terra type? It's water, right? As expected. I know I'm gonna have to fight the car. Is the car the second Pokemon, or does the car come after the second Pokemon? Let's try bulldoze. Nice. Okay, it is the second one. Right? Now I get like a big health bar at the top and it becomes a boss fight or whatever. Level 26. Okay. I guess this is going to be the move. Nice to the Cobra, well done. Okay, that was alright. Oh, great. What does this one do? Calls off and concentrates, boost attack and defense. I guess it's worth one turn. Nice, okay. Oh, okay, when he does finally attack me, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Okay, you're very fast. I'm never gonna get to go first. Oh boy, it's gonna be bad. Oh yes, we survived! We living! We living! Okay. Let's switch Pokemon so that I can heal Silicobra and bring him back out without having to use a revive. Nice. It's a good thing I kept Numo. Oh wait, no, because I don't get only the 3 for this part, right? Yes, you're very fast. Let's heal again. Just keep him alive for a while. A little bit of heat. Good, 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 good. Keep doing that. And his attack harshly fell. That's great. That's great. Yeah, keep using that, please. Okay. I think we just go for it. Hope that he's not strong enough. No. Okay, I think we're gonna bring out Ormo and then hope that he can last a couple of turns and heal up the other guys while he's out. Like, I don't think I'm gonna bother attacking. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's use the revive on him. Wish I could see his speed stats. And this is going to be very, very close, I think. Give me like one crit. That would be nice. Turn the tide in my favor, maybe? To attack or to heal. I think I can survive one more turn. Right? Yes. Okay. Just gotta survive. Oh, that was silly. I should have healed. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, it's all down to Numel now, really. Because I don't know if any of my other guys are going to survive a turn with this guy. Oh, maybe they can survive one turn. Come on. Finish him. Oh, not quite. Oh. That's rough. Okay. I guess we're counting on Squabbit being able to survive one round. Or if he was a Screech, I guess. Then it's not such a big deal. Here goes, don't miss. Hey! Well, that was close. By the way, I should add you into the belief board. I assume you're okay with that. Bought some stuff at eBay to help improve my setup, mainly a GameCube third-party controller, GameCube only and power and AV cables, 128 gig micro SD, GameCube memory card. Whoa, lots of stuff. GameCube only and power and AV cables, 128 gigabyte micro SD. GameCube memory card to SD. Oh, memory card to SD adapter. That's smart. I think I still have like an original GameCube memory card, which somehow is holding up okay. Although surely it's going to die at some point. I actually kept my original GameCube that I had from when they first came out. I had for a very long time, and was using. I used to play quite a bit of Smash Melee, and I used it for that. And it met a very unfortunate end, which I probably shouldn't tell that story. But eventually, it was destroyed by somebody, and I had to get a new one. And so my original one was purple, and I have the black one, which I'm okay with, but I do kind of miss my purple one. So what are you playing on GameCube? I haven't used mine in a long time. I tried to play Wind Waker again after many years, and then I forgot to save at one point, I think, and lost a couple of hours of time, and then kind of lost my motivation to play it again. Basically to get my hacked GameCube up and running so I can load ROMs onto my SD and not pay 150 to 400 Canadian dollars. Yeah, the games are ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's fair. I only ever modded one console. I modded a Wii, which I think was relatively easy compared to some other consoles, because you literally just had to put like the board in line between the disk drive and the motherboard. Um, so I mean, you had to open up the console, which was not that hard, but there was no soldering or anything, and that worked pretty well. Although I remember certain games, you got like really bad stuttering, especially in the cutscenes. I guess because there was like a throughput bottleneck in the mod chip, but that was fun. And then yeah, could load ROMs and stuff, or you could just burn the ROMs onto disk and then load them from that. And it bypassed the DRM checks or whatever it did at boot. So many great GameCube games, though. I mean, you could almost never have to get any new games. There were so many amazing ones. I have my little library over there, but I got rid of most of my original ones. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Now that is a great game. That I should play again sometime. SSX3, also a banger. And 2 copies of Melee. And Enter the Matrix, which I got very cheaply secondhand not that long ago. When I got my replacement black GameCube. Bought a GameCube pre-hacked because I can't solve it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, that was the good thing about the Wii mod. I mean, I think they've made them pretty easy in some cases. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would trust myself with the soldering iron either. I know you can get like HDMI mods for GameCubes as well. Like I remember looking into that a while ago. You can get like reasonably better video output. Oh, hang on, my camera focus is messed up. Give me a second. Can, however, do PSP, 3DS, PS3, PS4, Wii, Switch myself. Okay, well that's pretty good. So you got quite a lot covered. Just fix the camera. There we go. So those are all ones you can do without soldering. Are they similar to how the Wii one used to work, or are there like different mechanisms? Like, where do you install the mods? How do they work? Also, like, PSP is really small. How do you even fit extra stuff in there? Or, oh, I guess they're all soft mods, right? Because we also used to have a software mod. So I assume some of them are just software. It was like a Twilight Princess thing? I have a vague memory that there was some bug you could exploit in Twilight Princess to get access to Homebrew, right? They get installed differently. It's all soft mods. They all involve tampering with file systems. Yeah, it makes sense. The modder community never ceases to impress. Has there ever been a console that hasn't been hacked in some way? They all get broken eventually, and normally really, really quickly, right? Maybe there are some that, like, more niche consoles that nobody really cared about hacking. But has there ever been one that just couldn't be modded at all? Xbox One and Xbox Series X, really? I guess I kind of assumed that it had been done. But good point, I've never really heard about mods for those. Not that I'm going out looking for them these days. Kind of makes sense, I guess, because they're basically just Windows PCs, right? With a different version of Windows OS on them. So they kind of benefit from all of the security features that have been built up in Windows over the years, which I guess by now they kind of know what they're doing. Giant question mark of a Pokemon. Lots of materials. Great, love materials. Yeah, not impressed with Team Star. Hacking the social media accounts. Like, is this game promoting hacking social media accounts? That's probably not responsible. Okay, well, I kind of didn't think that I was going to be able to beat that. Well, it worked. All you can do on those is control the macros and transfer edited saves from Xbox 360. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So does that just mean like the end of modding for Xbox consoles? I mean, I don't even know how long consoles are still going to be a thing, right? Because everything's going to streaming and whatever. But is it just the end of full modding for Xboxes forever? Maybe. I don't know, people are pretty clever. They'll find ways to get around stuff. Possibly, eventually. I don't know. That's an arms race, I guess. This isn't going to work very well. But... Oh, that was pretty good, actually. Is it, like, not a grass-type move or something? Restores HP. I'll do Leech Seed again. I should really just swap to a different Pokemon and destroy, but whatever. Try catch. Maybe one more attack. I'll do one more. Oh no, 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 no. He's gonna die. No, he didn't die. Fine. Oh yeah, because Leech Seed keeps happening. Well, I guess I've only got one shot. Microsoft said, lol, no, you can make a dev account to emulate and stuff, but if you make homebrew, you're just in it for piracy and there's no legal defense. Oh yeah, I've seen that you can use dev mode and run emulators and stuff. Okay, so maybe that's a better approach. Rather than locking everything down, you just say, okay, here's a way to do it, to do the type of stuff that most people want to hack consoles to do. Hackers backed off, yeah. Kind of like how streaming, the early days of streaming, kind of make homebrew. You're just in it for piracy. Oh, I see. They took away the like legitimacy argument by giving you a kind of legal way to do the more legitimate stuff that you would want to do with a hacked console. So then if you're modding it, then there's no defense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's smart, I guess. Like, if you can't beat him, well, I'm not really joining him, but... way to get out of the arms race, I suppose. This time, I remember I need Pokeballs. And probably some potions as well, because I used a bunch. No, no, okay, there we go. No, wrong thing. This one. Blue for buying things. How much money do I have? 38,000. Two permeables on the house? That's a good deal. I wonder what the rules are for getting that. haven't beaten any guys in here, right? Yeah, 0 trainers. 5 trainers for a lovely price. Okay. Wait, really? Is that like a tentacle? And if so, what is it doing here? Because I don't see any water. Okay, let's just do some battling and catching, and then I'm gonna have to stop soon. Oh, gross. Muddy shot. Nice. Try one more. It's a risk. Oh, okay, fine. Wait, do ground moves work against me? Surely not. I assume I can't use a Pokeball on him while he's... Can I growl? Oh. I guess because I'm not properly flying type. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that to work. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Ground is strong against fire, right? Ew. Yep. Guess I better hope that this works. I mean, the Pokemon Center is right there, but still. Haha. Is that a trainer? Looks like it could well be a trainer. What does my team look like? Yeah, fine. pretty good for a not very effective because it was crit. Alright. What else you got? Nothing. Nothing else. I feel like it's, yeah, not going to be able to beat these Tauros. Running back. Okay, what else is around here? Dealings. Just see if we can find anything worth catching. I think I can go in water, but I haven't tried it. Oh, trainer? Green does not bode very well for me. Oh, unless... Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. Zangoose. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I have no idea what that is. Oh, awesome! I guess wing attack? That is cool, I want one of those, man. This trainer's kind of kicking my ass a little bit. Noibat. Look like a Zubat? Ooh. No? Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. Well, that was fun. Caught some Pokemon. Beat one trainer and one star team group. Discovered the game isn't as terrible at writing and storytelling as I thought. And some interesting beliefs chat and console modding chat. Let me just close this down. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Have a good. You said Canadian dollars, so I'm guessing it's like afternoon, wherever you are. But have a good day, morning, evening, night. It's good to chat to you, and maybe I'll see you again.